Hey everybody. So I got a message and I wrote it down. Hang on, I'm gonna see if I can secure the camera a little bit better. There, I'm gonna pause for a second. Okay, that should be a little better. So I got a message and it's the greatest love of all. Bear with me, I'm a little under the weather, congested and everything, so we'll see how this goes, see how this plays out. So everybody wants it, but how many of us truly understand what it is? People all have their own idea of what it is, and almost all of them are wrong. There are some instances that are close, like the unconditional love of a child or a pet. However, love as a whole has been twisted or diluted by culture, religion, social media, Hollywood, etc. Rarely these days do we see marriages that last. That's because the greatest love was absent in the marriage. To know and understand what the greatest love is, we have to look at the one who embodies it, the Most High. Because the Most High, unlike us, has a perfect self-image. The Most High does not have insecurities, self-worth issues, etc. The Most High has perfect self-love, and thus is able to love us perfectly. We can't even accept this love unless we learn to love ourselves the same way. When we come to see past our perceived shortcomings and see ourselves the way the Most High does, when we can see that we are the way God made us and that God makes no mistakes, we start to prioritize ourselves. We learn to love ourselves first and most. When we become our own best friend, we are then able to be a best friend to the Most High. When we can and do fall in love with ourselves in a healthy and divine way, we can then love the Most High that way. And in return, receive the full perfect love of God. When two people who each have this love of self and of the Most High fall in love with each other, you have the true Trinity and the greatest love of all. I've been putting a lot of thought into that lately. And it's amazing how many beautiful people I meet who sell themselves short because of some perceived shortcomings brought on by other people. Guys who think they're too short or they're not buff enough, who actually probably do pretty well, in a romance department if they just had a little more confidence in themselves. They wouldn't even have to change anything about themselves, just love themselves. I noticed that since I've started to love myself, the whole world has changed. The way people treat me, the way I see people. It seems like even nature's come more alive for me since then. I know I have heard some people argue and say that, oh, that kind of love is narcissistic. And I don't remember what it was, but I was reading an article, some doctor was talking about there's such thing as healthy narcissism. I don't know. Interesting idea, but who cares what the naysayers say? I don't. I know that if it weren't for the naysayers, I wouldn't be where I'm at now, so above and beyond that, I don't care. And I want to encourage each and every one of you to embrace yourself, to embrace the personality quirks that make you you, to embrace your physical self. Now, I'm not perfect. I mean, I got a few more pounds I'd like to lose, but I don't have any body shaming issues anymore. I'm not perfect, but who cares? Who really, really wants to be perfect when it comes down to it? It's our imperfections that make us unique, make us who we are. And I think truly when we do find that one that really truly loves us, that soulmate, I think that's what's going to part of what make them part of what's going to make them fall in love with us is our imperfections and our quirks. Those are what make you stand out. Who wants to be like everybody else? I think if you're watching this, you resonate with that. And you probably have never felt like everybody else. Maybe at some point in time you wanted to fit in, just so that people would leave you alone. But I tell you now, it's time to stop wanting to fit in. Just embrace and love yourself. Let out your inner child. Let out your goofiness, your quirkiness. Express yourself in whatever way you feel like, in a healthy way. Use some common sense, of course. But don't diminish yourself. And there's no such thing as too short. There's no such thing as, I'm not gonna, the weight thing, that's something a lot of us can work on. But I've never loved anybody less for having extra weight on them. I never judge anybody like that. I've always judged people according to how their mind works. And I think if you're resonating with any of my material, you're the same way. It's not about the physical. So I guess, if anything, I would just like to say that I love each and every one of you who watches this. And it doesn't matter what you look like. What matters is in here and in here. And I implore you to radiate that out into the world with me. Radiate that love. Love yourself and let it shine out. And if it's pissing people off, then you're doing a good job. I think this is going to be a pretty short video. Hopefully this is long enough that I can load it up as a video, not a short. I'm still working out the details with my YouTube page. I've been kind of procrastinating on figuring it all out. But anyway, till next time, y'all. Love you. Have a blessed one.